Good morning, friends. I pray that wherever in the world you are right now, the next 2 minutes are a blessing to you, so you can be the blessing to the people the Lord has put in your life today. So, I've mentioned before that I've been reading the Psalms to the kids. We've been going through this Dean Ortlund book, like when I have my act together. Maybe like 20 times this entire year we've done this. But anyway, I had my act together this morning, so I read Psalm 73 to them. And it is such a great psalm. It's short. I mean, it's only 28 verses. Anyway, it's very short. And there's definitely a first and a second half to this one. And this was written by, and I'm going to say this wrong, but Asaph, Asaph maybe. Anyway, and this psalm is so good because the first half of it reads like whenever you take your eyes off the Lord, right? And you notice other people being successful and you're jealous. And anyway, he's crying out to God and he's saying, I envied the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. They're doing all the wrong things and they're seeming to prosper, and I'm doing all the right things. And I mean, that's kind of how the first half of this song goes. And then in verse 16, kind of smack dab in the middle, it says, but when I thought about how to understand all this, right, when he thought about the fact that he was seeing the wicked be wicked and prosper, and then he was doing everything he could to, quote unquote, keep his heart clean and stay innocent, and he was not prospering. We get to verse 16 and it reads, but when I thought about how to understand this, it seemed to me a wearisome task until I went into the sanctuary of God, and then I discerned their end. And then it just turns, the whole psalm turns towards true understanding of what's going on, kind of this eternal view of the fact that it's not real prospering that's going on with the wicked. And I was thinking as I was reading this, whenever I start focusing on other people, what they have, or, some mom who seems like a better mom, or some woman who seems like a better wife, or somebody I went to school with who has a better job, or, when I start focusing on other people, it leads to envy, and it leads to discontentment. And I just love this in the middle of the psalm, but when I turn my eyes onto Jesus, when I go to scripture, but when I pray, the Lord resets things and puts things actually back into their proper perspective. And I think about how this is the great struggle this side of heaven, is our focus on ourselves, and how we need a daily, and not even just a daily, a moment by moment check-in, a turning of our eyes to the proper perspective, that the Lord is sovereign and he is in control of our lives, and we have what we have, and we have the skills we have, and we have the education we have, and we have the families we have, because that is the work that God has given us. So anyway, I'd encourage you to read Psalm 73. It's a good one. And you will totally see that it's broken into two parts, which is just an encouragement that even way back then, it was the same as it is right now. So read it, and I hope it encourages you as much as it did me this morning as you go out or stay in and be the blessing. Till next time, Katie.